too close. I gotta breathe. Push.
ياسين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ياسين والقرآن الحكيم إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم تنزيل العزيز الرحيم لتنذر قوما ما أنذر آباؤهم فهم غافلون لقد حق القول على أكثرهم فهم لا يؤمنون إنا جعلنا في أعناقهم أغلالا فهي إلى الأذقان فهم مقمحون وجعلنا من بين أيديهم سدا ومن خلفهم سدا فأغشيناهم فهم لا يبصرون وسواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون إنما تنذر من اتبع الذكر وخشي الرحمن بالغيب فبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم إنا نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين واضرب لهم مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ جاءها المرسلون إذ أرسلنا إليهم 2 فكذبوهما فعززنا بثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون قالوا ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا وما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن أنتم إلا تكذبون قالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لمرسلون وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا لنرجمنكم وليمسنكم منا عذاب أليم قالوا طائركم معكم أئن ذكرتم بل أنتم قوم مسرفون وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى قال يا قوم اتبعوا المرسلين اتبعوا من لا يسألكم أجرا وهم مهتدون وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون أأتخذ من دونه آلهة إن يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغن عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين وما أنزلنا على قومه من بعده من جند من السماء وما كنا منزلين إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون ألم يروا كم أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون أنهم إليهم لا يرجعون وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون وآية لهم الأرض الميتة أحييناها وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنه يأكلون وجعلنا فيها جنات من نخيل وأعناب وفجرنا فيها من العيون ليأكلوا من ثمره وما عملته أيديهم أفلا يشكرون سبحان الذي خلق الأزواج كلها مما تنبت الأرض ومن أنفسهم ومما لا يعلمون وآية لهم الليل نسلخ منه النهار فإذا هم مظلمون والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم والقمر قدرناه منازل حتى عاد كالعرجون القديم لا الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون وآية لهم أنا حملنا ذريتهم في الفلك المشحون وخلقنا لهم من مثله ما يركبون وإن نشأ نغرقهم فلا صريخ لهم ولا هم ينقذون إلا رحمة منا ومتاعا إلى حين وإذا قيل لهم اتقوا ما بين أيديكم وما خلفكم لعلكم ترحمون وما تأتيهم من آية من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين وإذا قيل لهم أنفقوا مما رزقكم الله قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا أنطعم من لو يشاء الله أطعمه إن أنتم إلا في ضلال مبين ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين ما ينظرون إلا صيحة واحدة تأخذهم وهم يخصمون فلا يستطيعون توصية ولا إلى أهلهم يرجعون ونفخ في الصور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا محضرون فاليوم لا تظلم نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم أن لا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تعقلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لطمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن نعمره ننكسه في الخلق أفلا يعقلون وما علمناه الشعر وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون وذللناها لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون واتخذوا من دون الله آلهة لعلهم ينصرون لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند محضرون فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون أولم ير الإنسان أنا خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم قل يحييها الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. سورة المباركة الفاتحة.
잠깐.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن علي ولي الله. أشهد أن علي ولي الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. حي على خير الأمل. حي على خير الأمل. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله.
Middle of nowhere where all the food
How's everything? Sibunyi kasi mo rin. You haven't been coming. Some time.
I'm waiting.
Of course. No. Asad. Diplomacy حاليا دي.
Diplomacy and learn from politicians. But listen, to shake, to promote hand.
Yeah. No. It's the other way. La. Ya Allah.
You can do that. Mana juga lewat. You can do
Just to show you. He's finished his invitation. Chief surgeon. This is James, 5th year resident. Chief resident. He was the 2nd year resident. The conversation came out. They have to cut his grandson to so I tell him, just 2 years ago I was in a ran a clinic for Phoenix. I cannot go there without hugging. How is that? You put it on. Here, give us one.
This doesn't like me.
You're right, it loves you. Come on. Go in.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن عليا ولي الله أشهد أن عليا حجة الله هيا على الصلاة هيا على الصلاة هيا على الفلاح هيا على الفلاح هيا على خير العمل هيا على خير العمل قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
Tafadhal, brothers, please come forward. Brothers, please come forward. Salat time is coming. Let's first go, brothers. Please. Connect you to please connect with those with the chair, please. Come to the left, brothers. To the left. Tafadhal. Salawat.
الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر. ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر. تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر. سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. ربي صل على محمد وآل محمد. ربي صل على محمد وآل محمد. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العلى وبحمده. ربي صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العلى وبحمده. ربي صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. بحول الله وقوته أقوم وأقعد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك الرحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. ربي صل على محمد وآل محمد. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العلى وبحمده. ربي صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العلى وبحمده. ربي صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. الحمد لله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بحول الله وقوته أقوم وأقعد. سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. ربي صل على محمد وآل محمد. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العلى وبحمده. ربي صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله. يا ولي العافية نسألك العافية عافية الدين والدنيا والآخرة يا أرحم الراحمين. وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين. الله أكبر. بسم الله وبالله والحمد لله وخير الأسماء لله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر اللهم صل على
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أستغفر الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم الرحمن الرحيم ذو الجلال والإكرام وأتوب إليك. اللهم إني أسألك موجبات رحمتك وعزائم مغفرتك والنجاة من النار ومن كل بلية والفوز بالجنة والرضوان في دار السلام وجوار نبيك محمد عليه وعليه السلام. اللهم ما بنا من نعمة فمنك لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.
اللهم صل على
أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن عليا ولي الله أشهد أن عليا حجة الله هيا على الصلاة هيا على الصلاة هيا على الفلاح هيا على الفلاح هيا على خير العمل هيا على خير العمل قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله استغفر الله وأسأل التوبة يا الله يا رحمن يا رحيم يا كريم الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانهر إن شانئك هو الأبتر الله أكبر سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمد ربي صل على محمد وآل محمد سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر سبحان ربي العلى وبحمد ربي صل على محمد وآل محمد الله أكبر أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمد ربي صل على محمد وآل محمد الله أكبر بحول الله وقوته أقوم وأقعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله أكبر ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار بحق محمد وآل الطاهرين الله أكبر سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده ربي صل على محمد وآل محمد سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده ربي صل على محمد وآل محمد الله أكبر استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمد ربي صل على محمد وآل محمد الله أكبر الحمد لله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد بحول الله وقوته أقوم وأقعد سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده ربي صل على محمد وآل محمد سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده ربي صل على محمد وآل محمد الله أكبر استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده ربي صل على محمد وآل محمد الله أكبر بحول الله وقوته يقوم ويقعد سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده ربي صل على محمد وآل محمد سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده ربي صل على محمد وآل محمد الله أكبر استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله يا لطيف ارحم عبدك الضعيف بحق محمد وآله الطاهرين الله أكبر بسم الله وبالله والحمد لله وخير الأسماء لله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر اللهم صل على محمد
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد اللهم إنه ليس لي علم بموضع رزقي وإنما أطلبه بخطرات تخطر على قلبي فأجول في طلبه البلدان فأنا فيما أنا طالب كالحيران لا أدري أفي سهل هو أم في جبل أم في أرض أم في سماء أم في بر أم في بحار وعلى يدي من ومن قبل من وقد علمت أن علمه عندك وأسبابه بيدك وأنت الذي تقسمه بلطفك وتسببه برحمتك اللهم فصل على محمد وآله واجعل يا رب رزقك لي واسعا ومطلبه سهلا ومأخذه قريبا ولا تعنني بطلب ما لم تقدر لي فيه رزقا فإنك غني عن عذابي وأنا فقير إلى رحمتك فصل على محمد وآله وجد على عبدك بفضلك إنك ذو فضل عظيم. زيارة. السلام عليك يا رسول الله يا نبي الله، السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين، السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين، السلام عليك يا خديجة الكبرى، السلام عليك يا حسن المجتبى، السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله الحسين وعلى 9 المأسومين من ذريتك علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي والحجة بن الحسن عجل الله فرجه وسخل الله مخرجه وظهوره والسلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. محمد
بر محمد و آل محمد صلوات. چھوٹی تربت پہ مادر پکاری، گر چلو اے سکینہ پیاری، اماں جاتی وطن کو تمہاری، گر چلو اے سکینہ پیاری، میری جان اٹھو، میری جان قبر میں ہے اندھیرا سکینہ، کس کی نظروں نے تم کو کھائی، اتنی جلدی اجل تم کو آئی، صدقی تم پر ہے مادر دکھیاری، گر چلو اے سکینہ پیاری، چھوٹی تربت پہ مادر پکاری، گر چلو اے سکینہ پیاری، دل نہ اماں کا اتنا جلاؤ، کمزدی کو نہ اتنا رلاؤ، ہونا مجھ سے خفا اماں واری، گر چلو اے سکینہ پیاری، امیدوں کے میرے محل ٹوٹے، اشکیاں نے میری گود لوٹے، اٹھ کی اماں کو پرسا تو پیاری، گر چلو اے سکینہ پیاری، کیسے صبر کروں اے سکینہ، اپنی بیٹی کہو کچھ سکینہ، روتی ہے تیری مادر دکھیاری، گر چلو اے سکینہ پیاری، ہوتی تربت بے مادر پکاری، گھر چلو اے سکینہ پیاری، بر محمد و آل محمد صلوات۔ سورة المبارک الفاتحہ۔
محمد وآل محمد صلوات۔ سر زندہ کے دیواروں سے، سر زندہ کے دیواروں سے ٹکراتی ہے بابا،
جب یاد سکینہ کو تیری آتی ہے بابا، جب یاد سکینہ کو تیری آتی ہے بابا، کانوں سے ٹپکتا ہے لہو، شانوں پہ دیکھو، کانوں سے ٹپکتا ہے لہو، شانوں پہ دیکھو، ظالم کی اذیت، ظالم کی اذیت مجھے تڑپاتی ہے بابا، جب یاد سکینہ کو تیری آتی ہے بابا،
دربار یزیدی میں بھلا کیسے میں جاؤں، دربار یزیدی میں بھلا کیسے میں جاؤں، ہے چاک گرے باب، ہے چاک گرے باب، حیا آتی ہے بابا،
جب یاد سکینہ کو تیری آتی ہے بابا،
جلتے ہوئے خیموں کے نظار ہے نظر میں، جلتے ہوئے خیموں کے نظار ہے نظر میں، یہ بات خیالوں سے، یہ بات خیالوں سے کہاں جاتی ہے بابا، جب یاد سکینہ کو تیری آتی ہے بابا، مر جاؤں گی پیاسی نہ کبھی مانگوں گی پانی، مر جاؤں گی پیاسی نہ کبھی مانگوں گی پانی، اصغر کی مجھے پیاس، اصغر کی مجھے پیاس جو یاد آتی ہے بابا، جب یاد سکینہ کو تیری آتی ہے بابا، یاد آتے ہیں جب شمر کے وہ
ظلم و تشدد یاد آتے ہیں جب شمر کے وہ ظلم و تشدد یہ ننھی سی دختر یہ ننھی سی دختر تیری گھبراتی ہے بابا جب یاد سکینہ کو تیری آتی ہے بابا
جب تک تیرے سینے سے نہ لگ جائے سکینہ جب تک تیرے سینے سے نہ لگ جائے سکینہ زندہ میں اسے نیند زندہ میں اسے نیند کہاں آتی ہے بابا
جب یاد سکینہ کو تیری آتی ہے بابا
آنسو میری آنکھوں میں نہیں تمتے سحر تک آنسو میری آنکھوں میں نہیں تمتے سحر تک ہر رات تیرے غم میں ہر رات تیرے غم میں گزر جاتی ہے بابا
جب یاد سکینہ کو تیری آتی ہے بابا اے کون میرے پاس جیوں کس کے سہارے اے کون میرے پاس جیوں کس کے سہارے تنہائی میری ماں سے تنہائی میری ماں سے بنی جاتی ہے بابا جب یاد سکینہ کو تیری آتی ہے بابا جب یاد سکینہ کو تیری آتی ہے بابا محمد وآل محمد صلوات
Dr. Dungersi, respected elders, brothers and sisters in Iman, Adam Allah ajurna wa ajurakum. Tonight's Niyaz sponsorship has been sponsored for the Asal Thawab of the following marhumeens: Marhum Ghulam Husayn, Marhuma Ruqayya Bai Rajab Ali, Marhum Mustafa, Marhuma Sharbanu Jafar, all marhumeen of Jafar family, marhumeen of Shirali Mechi, marhumeen of Raza Pirbai family, Marhuma Nargis Allah Rakia, marhumeen of Abdul Hussain family, all marhumeen of Ahmad, Sharif and Tejani family, marhumeen of Salih Isa family, marhumeen of Dinani family, marhumeen of Khalfan family, marhum Murtaza Bahosh Jafar, marhum Marhumin of Manekia family, Marhumin of Asharia family. The Children's Niyaz sponsorship, sponsored for the Isal Thawab of the following Marhumin: Marhuma Bilkis Begum, Marhuma Tayyiba Begum, Marhuma Safiya Begum. And the Majlis sponsorship on behalf of all Marhumin of Dirani, Hasham, G1 and Virji families. And tonight's Surah Yasin has been sponsored for the Isal Thawab of the Marhumins displayed on the screen. Al-Fatiha. Tomorrow, Sunday, we will be having the Bibi Sakina Day, inspired by the ladies of Karbala, open to all ladies. The topic will be the hijab beyond fabric, a cultural, spiritual, and societal exploration. The guest speaker is Sister Tazim Jessa, starting at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Mu'mineen, in regards to our goal of 200,000, we are less than $10,000 shy of our target. Please do try your best to help us close this gap. May the Almighty reward you all infinitely and all our mu'mineen who have come through for us. Ameen. We just wanted to inform the community there will be a parade going on Broadway tomorrow. So our friends at Patel Brothers have requested the use of our parking lot. We are aware that there is an afternoon program for ladies only and the parking spots should be freed up by then. We appreciate your cooperation. Al-Ain Social Care Foundation is an organization dedicated to empowering orphan children in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Ghana. It is currently in their final few nights of their campaign to lift 1,000 orphan children out of poverty. This is an organization that was initiated by Sayyid Sistani and continues to be monitored by him. They have the ijazah to collect all religious dues, including Sahme Imam and Sahme Sadat, and apply it towards the needs of orphan children. Please visit their desk to learn more about how you can help. Lastly, please join me in reciting the ayah of Amma Yujib 5 times for all those who are sick here and around the world. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Amma yujibul mustaraiza da'u wa yakshifu su. 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 Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. On behalf of the Sijni Managing Committee, we are asking all kids ages 12 to 18 to please sit in the front and reserve the wall for the elderly. At this time, please take a moment to silence your cell phones, put them on Do Not Disturb or on Vibrate as we call up Dr. Dungersi with a loud salawat.
या रब सगीर सिन में कोई बेपीदर न हो बाबा किसी का कत्ला हुजूरे नजर न हो बलवे में कोई पर्दा नशी नंगे सर न हो परदेस में यतीम कोई दर बदर न हो आज़ादारों कैदी हुई पिदर से छुटी भाई मर गए ये सारे दुख सकीना के ऊपर गुजर गए। बाबा से बुलंद सलवात।
सूरत मुबारकतिल फातिहा। सल्लल्लाहु अलैका या अबा अब्दिल्लाह, सल्लल्लाहु अलैका या इब्न रसूलिल्लाह, रूही व जिस्मी व अरवाहुल आलमीन लकल फिदा या गरीब व या मज़लूम करबला। सुम्मा अस्सलामु अलैकुम या अहलल अज़ाइल हुसैन जमीअन व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू मअस्सलावात। अम्मा बाद फ़क़द क़ाल अल्लाहु सुब्हानहु तबारक व तआला फ़ी किताबिहिल मजीद। बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। وإذا بشر أحدهم بالأنثى ظل وجهه مسودا وهو كظيم يتوارى من القوم من سوء ما بشر به أيمسكه على هون أم يدسه في التراب ألا ساء ما يحكمون. صلوات. Mu'mineen and Mu'minat, these are verses, chapter 16, verse number 58. In which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about the behavior of those people who are outside the realm of Islam, referred to as the Jahil, those who are Jahil. Allah talks about them. He says, وَإِذَا بُشِّرَ أَحَدُهُمْ بِالْأُنْثَى ظَلَّ وَجْهُهُ مُسْوَدًّا وَهُوَ كَظِيمٌ. When announcement was made to them that the wives have delivered a baby girl, when an announcement was made that a girl has been born in the family, they say the man's face became dark. With what? With shame. Face became dark with shame. And he was filled with anger. Why did this woman, this my wife, deliver a girl? Face becomes dark with anger and with disgust. Then the verses continue. And it says, يَتَوَارَى مِنَ الْقَوْمِ مِنْ سُوءِ مَا بُشِّرَ بِهِ أَيُمْسِكُهُ عَلَى هُونِ. He hides this information from the people. He hides information from the people that a girl has been born, that my wife, the person's wife, has delivered a girl. That person finds it shameful to go and talk to his people. And then he thinks, what should he do with this child? Ayumsikuhu ala huni am yadussuhu fit turab? Shall I keep this child with disgrace. This girl is a disgrace to me. Should I keep this disgraceful with me, or should I bury the child alive? This is the two alternatives that he has. Either to keep that girl with him and be a disgrace, or should he bury him so that no one knows about it? This is what the situation was at that time. However, Islam comes with something else. Islam, the Quran talks about this with those who are ignorant, those people who were not Muslims. As for Muslims, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives an alternate. And it says, as far as Islam is concerned, it is something else. وَلَا تَتَمَنَّوْا مَا فَضَّلَ اللَّهُ بِهِ بِبَعْضِكُمْ عَلَى بَعْضٍ لِلرِّجَالُ نَصِيبٌ مِّمَّا اكْتَسَبْنَا وَاسْأَلُوا اللَّهَ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ لِلرِّجَالِ نَصِيبٌ مِّمَّا اكْتَسَبُوا وَلِلنِّسَاءِ نَصِيبٌ مِّمَّا اكْتَسَبْنَا وَاسْأَلُوا اللَّهَ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ عَلِيمًا. Then it says, but Allah says there are some people who need to have something which they do not have. Allah has given some people certain things which they wish to have, they do not have. Then it talks about men and women. And that's what he says, that for man, whatever man does, whatever he works for Allah, we will earn for that. And whatever a woman does, will earn from that. This is Islam. And this is what Allah says. How is this relevant to the commemoration of the Shahada of this young daughter of Imam Husayn alayhi salatu wasalam? We'll look at it briefly. Meaning, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there is a woman and man. Each one has his and her status. There are certain common things which they both have. But man and woman are not the same. They are not. There are certain areas in which a woman excels over the man. And there are certain areas in which men excels over the women. That's natural. Well, I know when I say this once, I immediately got a message. You are being sexist. This is the reality. That a man, they are certain, and this is the reason why one of the examples, sideway, our madrasas, you will see most of the teachers are ladies. Why? Because their ability to deal with children, young children, women for whatever reason are more capable of dealing with younger children than our men. Whatever, that's not something else. So, in light of this verse, we'll look at the character of this particular personality, Hazrat Sakina bint Husayn. It happens sometimes for emotional reasons that some of these marshas that we read, we present these ladies of Karbala as were very, very weak, and there's nothing else but they cried only. There was very little that they did, which is not true. We shall soon see. The life of this, there is a study that was conducted in 50s by one of the greatest scholars in Zanzibar by the name of Husayn Al-Araki Rahim. He did a research, and he gives a reason why he did that research. To study the life of Hazrat Sakina, there are more than 20 sources, 20 or more sources from different angles, those which were in subcontinent India at that time, before independence, from Iran, from Iraq. Why? And he gives the reason. You shall soon see this lady, Hazrat Sakina, the role that she played in the message of Karbala was such that Yazid was defeated. And because of that, the enmity that they had for this particular personality, there's so many rumors, false rumors that have been put forward to try to diminish and to destroy the character of this personality. Therefore, this scholar said it is for that reason that many scholars went into the depths to try and find out what was the matter of the fact. A very, very powerful study that was done by this scholar. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him Jannah for his work. So very briefly, we'll talk from that angle. Looking at the life of Masumin, and he mentioned that also, there are two problems. One problem is the Ahlul Bayt did not want to talk about the ladies of the house. Only when it was very, very necessary, they mentioned them. This is the reason you'll find these characters which did a lot of work for establishment of Islam, hardly are the names mentioned, except when they came out and did what they were supposed to do. Second thing is that the names. In one family, you'll have several ladies mention the name, it's the same name. So you have Fatima Kubra, Fatima Sughra, Zainab al-Kubra, Zainab al-Sughra, so many. And because of that, there have been some problems in understanding the characters of these personalities. As for this daughter of Imam Husayn, if you look at her life, that part of it before Karbala. Before Karbala, we see two instances only about this particular personality. And that is that poem that Imam Husayn used to read. And this is what he would say: I do not like that house in which there is no rabab and there is no Sakina. Sakina, the name Sakina, maybe her name was not Sakina. Maybe her name was Ruqayya. Sakina is maybe a title, high, because of sukoon, the serenity of mind that this child brought in the family of Ahlul Bayt, that she is referred to as Sakina. So the first thing that we hear about her is Imam Husayn praising her, that the house in which there is no Sakina, he doesn't not like that house, giving the status of Sakina. Then the second thing that we hear about her is on the eve of Ashur. You will recall that when Shimr invades and is about to attack the Khayyam of Imam Husayn, it is said that Zuhair bin Kain, he said, where is Abbas? Abbas, come. Shimr is about to attack us. It is said he went in search of Hazrat Abbas. Where did he find him? In a tent surrounded by the children of the family of Al-Bayt. And there was that closeness of Sakina to her uncle Abbas. These are the two things that we hear about her before Karbala. And then in Karbala, there are those instances that we hear. For example, we hear of that time when Hazrat Abbas goes to get water for the children. And it is said that Sakina gathered all the children and told them that my uncle is going to bring water for you. And when Imam Husayn comes with his alam, and when she realizes that the uncle has always been martyred, she tells the children that uncle has been martyred. We hear about that. Then we hear something else about, and that is about the night of Shami Ghariba, of the khayma and the tent being set on fire, and she running out of the tent with fire on her, one of her clothes is on fire. Then we hear about her going in the body of Imam Husayn. Here somebody scholar makes a comparison. He said when the Prophet passed away, Hazrat Fatima Zahra was very close to her father. She came out weeping and crying and saying that now that my father is gone, who is there for us? We were weeping bitterly. The comparison that they make is that Fatima Zahra saw her father in one piece, As for Sakina, when she goes to see her father, he was not in one piece. He was in pieces, cut into, mutilated. And that's why when she was with, embraced her father, Hazrat Zainab asked her, Sakina, how did you recognize this is your father? Because there is no head, his body has been mutilated. She said, I came out calling out my father, and a voice came from this body, oh my child, come to me, come to me. Therefore I am embracing him. And then she says that I have heard from him the message that is for all of us here. The messenger is Sakina bint Husayn. The message was, tell those who love me, whenever they drink water, remember that your Imam was martyred, the thirsty. And when tell them they hear that somebody has been oppressed, tell them that your Imam was also. That is the message. Coming to majlises and weeping for Imam Husayn is very important. But so is the message of Imam Husayn. We are going through difficult times. Masaib of Sayyid Shuhada, you just mention Masaib, we cry. Today, this Masail of Sayyid Shuhada is called the Shia talent. It's made of a show. Masaib of Sayyid Shuhada is becoming a show. And people are commenting on these shows, making the same comparison as America has talents. And this is what is happening. Is this what is the message of Imam Husayn? Is this how Imam Husayn wants to be remembered? Think about it. Think about it. This is what Sakina has, that message for all of us for all the time to come. And then there is a third message. And this is the reason why I read these verses. Imam Husayn is now in his last stage. And he is bidding farewell to the family. Sheikh Jafar Shustari is one of the greatest scholars of his time. He narrates this conversation that took place between Imam Husayn and Hazrat Sakina, in which the daughter is with the father, young daughter with the father, and the father is saying to the daughter, this is a tease. Just think about it. Put yourselves in your position. Your parents, you also have got children at home. Just think about it. A father is about to go away and a young daughter is with him and he's saying goodbye. And she asks him that, what is it now? What is your decision? Said, for me now is martyrdom. Then she asks, and for us, are you going to send us back to Medina? He says, there is no way by which I can send you to Medina. Then she reads these verses which I read at the beginning of this. What did I say? That she reads these verses that Allah says in the Quran, for men, whatever they have done, they earn it. And for women, they also are going to earn. Oh, my father, what is it that you have earned? You are man, what have you earned? He says, I have earned and we have earned martyrdom. Martyrdom is what Allah has given us for our efforts to save His deen. Therefore, martyrdom in this conversation is not an humiliation for A'immah. Martyrdom is the highest honor, Imam says to his daughter. Then this 4-year-old daughter, quoting from the Quran, asked him, if martyrdom is your gift from Allah, what is a gift for us? And Imam says, imprisonment. The way Islam is going to be saved by our martyrdom, by our sacrifice, Islam is going to survive through your freedom, losing of your freedom. Therefore, Hazrat Sakina, from that onwards, understands that this imprisonment is going to be very hard physically. Why? Because Imam Husayn tells Sakina, don't weep now. I don't want to see you weeping in front of me, Sakina. There's a lot of weeping for you. You will have to weep a lot, my daughter. Meaning you will weep, but there is going to be reward for that. And the reward is why you all are here today. The reward is why there are so many people marching towards Karbala on the day of Arba'een. The way that Islam has survived is not only through the efforts and martyrdom of Husayn, it is also because of the imprisonment of the lady of Fatima. I don't have to go into each different incident of these ladies, how they saved Islam. Because Islam had reached that stage and Kufr had reached that stage where Islam was rendered very, very weak. Muawiyah and his cohorts had reached that stage where Islam was going to be totally changed. What proposal they had made to the Prophet, which he had turned down, that was now going to be implemented. Kul ya ayyuhal kafirun, la abudu ma ta'budun. You do what you have to do on certain days, and we will do certain days. This is a compromise Islam. Yazid was going to introduce it. There was no way by which Islam could have been saved if Husayn ibn Ali had done bay'ah to Yazid ibn Muawiyah. Therefore, the struggle of survival of Islam is in two ways. The male, as the verses say here, they had that duty, they had that eminence to go and fight and give their lives, but that would have disappeared, that would have been covered up. Muawiyah's son Yazid would have ruled as the representative of the Prophet. That was stopped by whom? By the ladies, this imprisonment that Imam Husayn tells his daughter. These ladies, that job, they went out to expose the machinations of all Bani Umayyah and the enemies of Islam. And one of them was Hazrat Sakina. She, Hazrat Zainab, Kulsum, Fatima bint Ali, don't have time to talk about all of them. We'll talk only of this particular one and how much she did and why they hated her so much that they started creating a lot of false information about her. Therefore, she became a prisoner. All along those difficulties that we mentioned that went through the family of Ahlul Bayt, this young daughter of Imam Husayn was there all the time. She went through all these difficulties, and then they were taken prisoners. What kind of prisoners were there? Imam Muhammad al-Baqir mentions his father, Imam. So you want to know how we were treated? He says our ladies had removed, all the hijab had been removed. And from Karbala to Kufa and to Sham, whatever they were wearing, that was what they had on their body. Remember that, remember that. This is what they were going through. And they were made to ride camels without saddles. These camels, their bodies are they're very hard. The bones are very hard. That's why they put cushions and saddles on it. The ladies and children of Ahlul Bayt, including Sakina, were made to sit on these animals. The animals were bare. And Imam said, not only that, there was a rope that was tied to my neck. Imam Zayn al-Abidin, quoted by Imam al-Baqir. There was a rope tied to my neck and the arms of my aunt Zainab and Kulsum and the ladies. And Sakina, her neck, the rope was on her neck. And she was young. So if we were to walk, when we were removed from the horse, from the camels, if we were to walk, Sakina would be strangled, she would be killed. So the ladies all of had to bend down. This is how he had to walk. In that heat, this is the suffering that Ahlul Bayt had to go through. And this is the suffering that Imam Husayn mentioned to Sakina. You will cry. There's a lot of crying, but there's also a lot of work for you to do. This is the position in which Ahlul Bayt were brought to Kufa to declare a victory of Yazid ibn Muawiyah ibn Abu Sufyan. And these ladies were exposed. Why? So that no one, this was to be a lesson. Anyone who raises his head against Yazid, his family will be destroyed the way this family is being destroyed. But it turned the other way around. With all these difficulties, these daughters, these family members spoke out. In Kufa, when they were brought, there is a sermon of Hazrat Zainab, there is that of Hazrat Kulsum, Fatima Kubra, and Sakina bint al-Husayn. This young, just imagine, a young child. And she addresses. There's a sermon, it's a long sermon. You don't have time to go into the detail. Few things he mentions. One, Tawheed. Tawheed she mentions. Who is Allah? And who are we? Nubuwa is mentioned. Imama is mentioned. Qiyamah is mentioned. All the principles of Islam mentioned in the sermon by that young daughter of Imam Husayn. And then she mentions the verses of Quran. Her arguments are based on the verses of the Quran. More than that, she mentions also historical events. In that short period of time, she presents her case to the people and addresses them. What are you people doing? Your eyes are closed? They started crying. Now the impact was on them. And she tells you, crying? This is what you are crying? They therefore turned to Imam Zayn al-Abidin. We want to help you. What help can you do at this point in time? When this speech is given, shaking, the people of Kufa begin to shake. Ibn Ziyad, Mal'un. Now he puts the blame on Umar ibn Sa'd. Umar ibn Sa'd is putting the blame on Yazid. Everybody is blaming each one else that what has been done. Ibn Ziyad writes a letter to Yazid. If you don't tell me to free, tell me what I should do with this. If otherwise I'm going to leave them, there is going to be a rebellion in Kufa. This is the role of Sakina. The Ibn Ziyad, therefore, Yazid says, send them to, and they were sent to Kufa, to Sham. And then this lady, daughter of Imam Husayn, has another opportunity. And that opportunity is Yazid's court. He is there to declare now victory. In front of it is head of Sayyid al-Shuhada. This is what had happened to Islam. The head of Imam Husayn is in front of him. He has a goblet of beer, of drink. He is pouring it on the head of Imam Husayn. He has got a knife. He is playing with the mouth of Imam Husayn. What should I say? What should I say? And symbolically, it was not to him the head of Husayn. To him, this was the head of Rasulullah. I have taken revenge, he says. The revenge of Badr. Husayn, the Prophet killed our people. I killed his children. And what about this Quran? Where did it come from? There is no Quran. There is nothing at all. This was a propaganda brought by this Hashemi. This is what had become of Islam. And it is in this moment that Sakina responds. And who is this? Who is this one? He points at her. He says, I am the daughter of Husayn ibn Ali. And now she has that opportunity. She mentions her dream. Every time when we read about her, we mention this dream. She said, oh Yazid, I am the daughter of Husayn ibn Ali. And I had a dream. What was the dream? Now everybody listens to this. I had a dream in which I saw 5 camels coming with 5 very, very illuminated persons. And in front of them there is an illuminated person. And I asked, who are these people? He said, this is Adam. This is Ibrahim. This is Musa. This is Isa. And then he asked, and who is this one who is crying, holding on to his beard? He's crying, he's falling down. This is Muhammad Rasulullah. And she asks, and why are they here? He said, they have come here to visit Husayn. These Anbiya have come to visit Husayn. The message is clear here in a very, very effective way. What does Sakina say? That the one who killed Imam Husayn, these are the Anbiya of the past. They are visiting Husayn. Find out who is the killer of Husayn. Then he says, then I saw 5 other camels in which there were ladies on it, ladies of light. And I asked, who are these ladies of light? He said, this one is Hawa, the wife of Adam. This one is Sarah. This one is Hawa. Then this one is Asya. This is Maryam. This is Khadija. This is, was this lady crying and falling? This is Fatima to Zahra. She's crying for her son Husayn. Then Sakina says, then I went forward and I complained to her. I say, oh my grandmother, this is what happened to us. This is what happened to us. This is what happened to us. At that time, she said, I know it, my daughter. I know. My heart is torn by what you are saying. It hurts me. Everybody is listening. Now, what is this? What is the philosophy? What is the impact of this? Several things. Number one is that her martaba, her status is such that she can see a dream like this. People, Anbiya of the past. She has the status of seeing the ladies of Jannah. She can do that. Number one. Number two is they are all mourning for whom? For Husayn ibn Ali. Who is this Husayn, the son of the Prophet? Oh, you people who have been cheated. Oh, you people who have been told that we are rebels. We are not rebels. We are from the family of the Prophet. This zulm that is being done to us, we are from the family of Ahlul Bayt. We are the ones who are being made victims. These are the ones who have done in that very, very different way. Messages conveyed to the people who listen to this, and they're all crying and weeping. So this is what Yazid was. When situation begin to get grave like this, Yazid says, put them in prison. Remove them from public, because their effect is on public. It was too late. The public had already begun to realize what Yazid was and who were the martyrs and who were the oppressors. Therefore, they were put in prison. And there are several prisons that are mentioned, by the way. This is not the only prison. There are several prisons. This prison was in a dungeon that was connected to the palace of Yazid ibn Muawiyah. Those days and even today, these big kings, they build in their palaces underground passages so that if there are problems, they can run away underground and get away from it. It is in one of those underground dungeons, those people who used to go for ziyarah in the olden days would have seen this. Now things have been repaired. You don't see that. It was in dungeon inside. And this family of Ahlul Bayt in that night were in the dungeon. And his daughter of Imam Husayn has a dream. She wakes up. She asks her mother, where is my father? Where is my young daughter? Has that Quran by heart, but still she is younger. She gets up, where is my father? Where is my father? I just saw him in my dream. He had Ali Asghar in his hands. He told me, Sakina, soon you are going to meet me. Where is my father? What would the ladies of Ahlul Bayt do? They was crying and weeping all the time. A narrator says that the head of Yazid was in my laps. There we heard this crying coming from the dungeon. Yazid sent a messenger, find out why is there so much crying. He was informed that Husayn's daughter, the one that addressed you, is in prison and is crying for her father. Yazid said, okay, send the head of Husayn in the prison. The head of Sayyid Shuhada was put on a tray, and on which was put a cover, and it was sent in the prison of Sham. When the person who brought that tray removed the covering, just think about it, in the darkness of those candles, a few candles that were there in the dark dungeon, the head of Imam Husayn was brought to there. What position must have been for these ladies of Ahlul Bayt? I can't even imagine. They all stood up. Assalamu alayka ya ibna Rasulillah. Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. Sakina goes forward, takes the head of her father, puts it in her laps. She puts her face on the face of the head of her father. Oh, my father, she reads the Marcia. The Marcia is heart-tearing. Oh, my father, who has removed your head from your body? Oh, my father, who has stained your beard with your blood? Oh, my father, who has cut your neck like the way it is? Oh, my father, who has made us yati? Oh, my father, after you, who is there for us? As she recites this Marcia, the ladies of Ahlul Bayt, all of them cry and weep. Then, sometimes they realize that Sakina has become quiet. Zainab Bibi goes forward, checks on Sakina. She finds Sakina to be motionless. She is not responding. She calls Zainul Abidin. Oh, Sayyid Sajjad, come see what has happened to Sakina. Imam Zainul Abidin comes to Sakina and looks at her and tells his aunt, oh, my aunt, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Sakina has already left us. She has already left us. Think of Rabab. Think of Rabab. She parted with Ali Asghar in Karbala. Now this is her daughter Sakina. The ladies are crying more and more. Yazid inquires, now what? Why are they still crying? He was told Sakina, the daughter of Imam Husayn, has passed away. Now the fear of Yazid increased. He said, if the public comes to know that in prison even these young daughters of Husayn are passing away, there will be a revolution. Therefore the instructions were, bury her immediately, and that also in the prison, in the dungeon of Sham. I do not know how the grave was dug. I do not know who is the one who lowered the body of Sakina in the grave. Was it Zainul Abidin, who was already covered with chains, or was it Zainab, the daughter of Ali, who lowered Sakina in the grave of Sham? Sakina passed away, but she became a reason for the family to be released. Soon after that, the family of Ahlul Bayt were released. When they were about to leave and go to Medina, it is said, those who write Marcia describe that Hazrat Zainab made a request that this caravan, whatever is left of it, pass through the dungeon of Sham. When they passed to the dungeon, Zainab Bibi and other ladies went into the dungeon to the grave of Hazrat Sakina. Sakina, Sakina, you are asking us, when will we be freed and go back to Medina? My daughter, oh Sakina, now that we are going to Medina, my daughter, join us, we'll take you to Medina. The Kafila moves to Karbala. When Zainab Bibi sees the grave of Imam Husayn, she comes down from the camel hurriedly. She goes to the grave of Imam Husayn and she addresses Imam Husayn. Oh, my brother Husayn, the amana that you had given to me at the time when you were partying, that Sakina, I have left her behind in the dungeon of Sham. Oh, my brother Husayn, she was asking for you. Where would I get you to give to her? Oh, Husayn, she passed away in the dungeon of Sham. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. بذنب قضائه وتسليما لأمره. ماتم حسین.
कैद में है मर गई, हाय सकीना मेरी, घर मेरा सुनसा हुआ, निकला जनाजा है, शाम में सैदानी का, निकला जनाजा है, पीटो सर अहले अज़ा, निकला जनाजा है, ऐ शहे करबो बला, आज कहाँ हो भला, आओ खबर लो जरा, निकला जनाजा है, میری جان اٹھو میری جان قبر میں ہے اندھیرا سکینہ لاش بیٹی پہ مادر پکاری گھر چلو اے سکینہ دکھیاری دیکھو کیسی یہ لاشیں تمہاری گھر چلو اے سکینہ پیاری عزاداران حسین سکینہ کی رونے کی آواز یزید کی نیند اور چین کو مشکل کر دیا سپاہیوں نے یزید کو کہا کہ اس بچی اس کی بابا کی یاد کر کے گریا اور روتی ہے یزید نے حکم دیا کہ سر حسین علیہ السلام زندان شام میں بیچ دیا جائے حسین یا اللہ قید دمشق میں لائے گئے ہے بیبیوں میں کوہرام برپا ہوا واہ حسینہ اور ماتم ہونے لگی السلام علیکہ یا ابا عبداللہ السلام علیکہ یا ابن رسول اللہ سکینہ کو بابا کے سر سے لپٹ گئی ہوگی اور زار زار روئی اور فریاد کرتی رہی کہ اے بابا تیرے بعد تیری سکینہ کو شمر کے تماچے اور تازیہ کھا کھا کے چہرے اور بدن نیل ہو گئے اے بابا تیرے سینے سونے والی سکینہ کو عاشور کے بعد چین کی نیند نہیں آئی عزاداران حسین اتنے میں سکینہ کی رونے کی آواز بند ہوئی سکینہ قید دمشق میں انتقال کر گئی انا للہ و انا الیہ راجعون امام سجاد پھوپھی اماں کے سہارے لے کر چھوٹی بہن کو قید دمشق میں بڑی شدت کو دفن کیا اور پکارا ہوگا اے بیبیو ویدا ہو اسی نور عین کو اے بیبیو ویدا ہو اسی نور عین کو آؤ ملو یہ آخری بنت حسین کو چینتی بانو ماتم کر دے ہائے سکینہ چین کینہ تو جو داغ کی وسر دو ہائے سکینہ چینتی بانو کینہ رنا پانجا دی کن کرندہ منجو گالیوں کے سنایا کے بیساریا کے سنبھریا ہائے سکینہ چینتی مان کینہ اکبر اصغر کے وسارم منجے منتی آئے سلامت سغرا کے منہ کی دکھندس ہائے سکینہ چینتی سکینہ عابد بیمار آئے قیدی تو جی پھوپھیا کے آئے بے ہوشی عابد بیمار آئے قیدی تو جی پھوپھیا کے آئے بے ہوشی تو جی بین کبرا نے لی ہائے سکینہ چینتی بن سکینہ ترے دن جی بھوکھی پیاسی تھی اے میری منجی قیدی مسافر تھی ترے دن جی بھوکھی پیاسی تھی اے مجھے قیدی مسافر تھی چیوریں جی زخمی تھی ہائے سکینہ چینتے مانو ہائے سکینہ
سکینہ اے لاڈلی چیورے جی کفن نہ ملیو اینجویں دے دی اے لاڈلی چیورے جی کفن نہ ملیو اینجویں دے دی خدا مددگار تو جو سکینہ ہائے سکینہ چینتے بانو ماتم کر دے ہائے سکینہ آخر کا وقت کہنا میرا یہ سلام ہے سب عاشق حسین کو میرا سلام ہے یا رب صغیر سن میں کوئی بے پدر نہ ہو بابا کسی کا قتل حضور نظر نہ ہو بلوے میں کوئی پردہ نشی ننگ سر نہ ہو پردیس میں یتیم کوئی در بدر نہ ہو قیدی ہوئی پدر سے چھٹی بھائی مر گئے یہ سارے دکھ سکینہ کے اوپر گزر گئے بر محمد وآل محمد صلوات السلام علیکہ یا مولا یا ابا عبداللہ السلام علیکہ یا ابن رسول اللہ السلام علیکہ یا ابن امیر المؤمنین السلام علیکہ یا ابن فاطمة الزہراء سیدتی نساء العالمین السلام علی الحسین وعلی علی ابن الحسین وعلی اولاد الحسین وعلی اصحاب الحسین خصوصا سيدي ومولاه يا أبا الفضل العباس وأختك زينب وبنتك سكينة جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام عليك يا مولانا يا غريب الغرباء السلطان أبا الحسن مولانا علي بن موسى الرضا كن شفيعنا وشفيع والدينا في يوم الجزاء وفقنا الله زيارتك يا مولا ورزقنا الله شفاعتك في الدنيا والآخرة السلام عليك وعلى أختك فاطمة المعصومة جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام عليك يا مولانا يا صاحب الزمان سيدي الأمان 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 السلام عليك يا كعبة الإيمان السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن السلام عليك يا إمامنا وإمام الإنس والجان ورحمة الله وبركاته محمد وآل محمد صلوات اللهم صل على